Good evening, Patrick in Chicago.
And good evening to Scott in New Jersey and all the viewers that are joining us as well. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining us on the first Monday of the month and finding the Unbreakables that are now breakable sales on its new night. So
On its new night, which I forgot. I was thinking, do I have to call David and see? I can't remember. So that's a good thing for us to do is remind everyone that for now and for the remainder of the summer, we'll have to see what happens in September. I've got a feeling I'm going to come back full time in September for the what they call the fourth quarter, but we'll see how long all of this continues. But you and I are together the first Monday night. David and I are together the second Monday night.
so we can all mark our calendars for a week from now, so when you'll be back. But then the third and the fourth Mondays, you're doing something different. So I'm sure everyone already knows, but how's that been going?
Oh, I'm not doing nothing.
Well, no, you're posting stuff on eBay, right?
Oh yeah, well, I'm putting things in eBay. There'll be another drop sale, and I have another venue for selling, which I don't want to get into now. But yeah, I'm just testing some different things. Maybe backing off of as many the weekly live sales.
And you got to free up your time to go to the Jersey Shore
Uh,
and do your choral practice, which sounded wonderful.
Yes, and I do want to say quickly, because I see on the screen, and I just want to mention to Robert and Lori Perry, I just sent you an email, which you can read whenever you choose, about a little bit of something, which is not bad, but I just wanted to let them know because I see them in the chat. And we want to welcome everybody that's here tonight. Karen, thank you for being here tonight. And I know you said that you would do our starts and stops. So Karen is our moderator, and she does a fantastic job. And so we want to give her a round of applause and a reverse. They say they just saw it. Okay, I hope that works out for you, for me to do that, and I appreciate it. More platforms. Yes, more places to sell, diversity, moving it around.
Yeah, I just added, I know did you actually open your physical space?
We'll talk about that some other time.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a public thing, but maybe it wasn't.
No, I'm not trying to be mysterious about it, but I'm working.
Okay. Well, I just started trying to start, and it's all about consistency. Do the one sale a month with you, and then I was trying to reactivate my selling on Whatnot, and Whatnot is just a vast wasteland of random people and videos, and so far everything's about consistency. And as I was just telling Scott, I was going to do every Thursday. I'm going to go back into my Thursday night slots. And then I just got pulled in. A local theater I worked with had their main actor drop out, and I need to fill in his role. So suddenly my Thursdays aren't available anymore. So I don't know when I'll be back on Whatnot, but that's another platform that I'm selling on. And then Beth from Carolina Princess, she's been talking about Vamp, and I am not as familiar with Vamp. So I know what it is, and I've been on it. It's kind of like Whatnot, but I don't know what I need to do to actually sell on it. So, just finding that time to be able to do it. And especially in the summer, we've got other things going on, and it's daylight till 9:00 at night. It's kind of hard to give up all your evenings.
Well, when you said Vamp, I immediately thought of the female version of Vampire in the 1920s, flappers, vamps, and sweet young things. Well, don't wear yourself out now, Patrick.
No, I've got everyone saying hi to my husband, Raj. I appreciate that. I did a lot of this stuff before I met Raj. And so it was, hey, I got nothing else to do. So let's do theater. Let's do live sales. I burned myself out doing my own live sales, doing them every week for over 2 years. That, it's trying to find that nice, happy balance. So appreciate you hosting me, letting me be a part of your Playbox for one night a month. And appreciate everyone who's joining us. So yeah, Vamp. Thank you. I couldn't even, once I said it, I couldn't remember. Vamp is Vintage Antique Marketplace.
I got to respond to this. Punky Spray says, my daughter and I went to Fox in Atlanta, which I think she means the Fox Theater on Street in Atlanta, to see Human League.
Oh. Oh, blast from the past.
Human League, I love it. Fantastic. And let me just get this out of the way. I'm not self-conscious about it, but I don't want anybody to tell me that I have spinach on my teeth. I chipped a tooth on July a couple days ago, and I haven't had it repaired yet. So I got a chip on a front tooth. Hey, I'm getting ready to turn 59 in a few days, and I mentioned, isn't this like when car parts like start falling? Isn't this when you like, oh, a tooth just fell out? Well, I don't know. But
I just thought that was part of South Jersey. I just thought you're just taking on the South Jersey look.
what, a chipped tooth? No, I think about that. No, I'm kidding. I just haven't gone. It's just a couple days ago.
Easier to drink your water.
Easier to drink my water.
Water.
Which this is cranberry juice tonight, actually.
There, and I've got my Diet Dr. Pepper, my old standby.
It is nice to see everyone.
And happy early birthday, Scott, if I do not remember.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But I see so many familiar names, and I don't usually call out names because I miss people, but thank you so much. All the names, I'm seeing so many familiar names, and I appreciate everybody hanging out with us here this Monday night. And we're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute or two. So let's just reinforce, if you're new, we love you. If you're old, we love you. You can buy, you can watch, doesn't matter. But we certainly hope that you'll know that shipping is extra. The highest bidder wins, of course. Karen will do the countdowns, and Karen will call the starts and stops. If you win something from me, I'll ship it from New Jersey. The shipping is based on the distance between your house and mine and how big and how heavy the box is. Patrick ships from Chicago. We have lots of things. We both did previews today, preview videos, and I've got way much more than what you saw in that preview. And I'm excited about, I've got some surprises for you. So if you watch the preview and you think you know what I'm selling tonight, you don't know. Patrick, what about you?
Well, I previewed more than I will typically cover in a 2-hour sale. So if people saw my preview and you had something you specifically want as we've been going through, just make sure you mention it, and I'll make sure that is one of the things that I offer. But I also have within arm's reach dozen other items that I could include, including the Middle Eastern silver that I did a deep dive on a couple weeks ago. So there's all kinds of stuff that's available, because that's one thing Scott and I both have is inventory. So, but I bring the good stuff to Scott's sale. So I've got some fun stuff tonight.
So Karen reminds us to be in live chat, and also to remember to refresh every 10, 15 minutes or so, so that you're not lagging behind. And with that said, Patrick, the floor belongs to you.
All right. And then the only other thing for those who've not worked or done the sales before or worked with me before, this is something I do on the side. I now have theater. I also have a full-time job. I will try and get all my invoices out by Wednesday night. So I'll try and do it earlier, but I will commit to by Wednesday night. If you make a purchase, please send me an email at the email address that you see on the screen, and I will do my part to get that invoice out to you. If you don't hear from me, as Scott has said in the past, it's probably because I don't know who you are. I see your name on YouTube, but that doesn't mean I know your email address. So, and if you haven't bought from me in a while, I also appreciate if you send me an email just so I can make sure I've got your up-to-date information. All right. So once upon a time, the Unbreakable sale. I still have a soft spot for Unbreakable. So I'm going to start with something that's unbreakable, but could be used to break other things. This is a $20 start, and it looks just like a humble hammer. It's got a reddish paint that's been worn down, showing that industrial. I don't do industrial a lot on the sale, but this was just so cool. And we're going back into 40s, maybe 50s. This is Crown Cutlery, as made in Germany. And again, it's a $20 start. If you thought it was just a hammer and you were ready to just scroll away from the page, there's a little knob here that should have given you a hint that this is more than just a hammer, because the bottom opens up. So we're going to open up, try not to everything fall out. You get a nice little egg cup on the bottom, and inside you have 4 additional tools. Now I mentioned these in the when I did the preview, and at that time I could not figure out how to take this apart. I've since discovered this hammer part unscrews off the top, and this has nothing to do with the hammer. It just sits there. The hammer comes off. There's no place to store the hammer. That's why it just stays on there. But then all the individual pieces, like this. Okay, what's our favorite? What are those eye pictures? The Rebus, the Awl, AWL. It's longer, so when you take off the hammer, this slides in. This little pin turns and actually holds it in place. So that's what that little pin is. But this just unscrews. So there are 4 tools that are built into it. There is the Awl. There is the regular head screwdriver, because Phillips wasn't invented yet. There's a different size of a Phillips head or a standard head. And then it looks like just a manual screw, or drill. I'm guessing. I've never seen one like this, but you put that in there. I guess you'd be able to torque and maybe make yourself a hole. And all 4 of those metal pieces all fit very nicely in the little handle piece here, and then screws back together. And it's just a great little handheld. I do have my tape measure for the hammer itself. We are looking at just over 6.5 inches. I did have to look it up online because I couldn't find any markings on the hammer, on the tools themselves. But if it's on the internet, it must be true. And the Hive Mind says these are from Crown Cutlery of Germany. I see a couple of bids coming in, so we will go ahead and do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And I do see Lori and Robert also in the chat. I owe you a response to your email. Figured if you were here tonight, I can combine everything together and see what happens. So I will watch for Karen to close the bid and see who wins that. And then what I try and do is I will jump between the breakable and the unbreakable, and then try and store them in such a way that the unbreakables don't break the breakable stuff. So I just had something that I was scheduled to put into my booth, and I was moving stuff around, and it was a relatively tall and thin vase. Guess what I did? Knocked it over, and it's no longer going into my booth. So things happen. All right, we got a lot of interest in this. I'm really glad I included it. Like I said, I don't do industrial that much, but it was a fun piece, and it looks like Back in the Day Finds is going to get that for $41. So thank you so much, Lori and Robert. All right, so we had the unbreakable hammer, and now we've got the breakable Limoges. So this is a Limoges hinged box, porcelain, $10 start. On the bottom, you've got, if I hold it the right way, you've got the mark of a Limoges, France, Decor Maine, and then the artist initials. It looks like to me DJ, I'm assuming is what that says. I do not know enough about any of the individual artists. There's no, Limoges is a region, not a company, although a lot of people refer to Limoges as a company. So DJ could be anywhere. This also could have been at one point just been a blank manufactured in mass, and it went somebody's home, and DJ painted a lovely egg box. So it's got the hinged cover. What's really nice about it is it also has paintings on the inside of a pink flower on the top and pink flower on the bottom. The hinge is very tight. You can see, even holding it, it's a strong hinge. It hasn't been stripped or loosed. It has no chips, has no cracks. The clasp itself very nicely pops in, so that we've got a nice functional Limoges egg box. We've got, hopefully the color's coming across, at least on my screen, it's coming across fairly correct. I'd say it's maybe looking a little brighter pink because of the light. It's probably a little bit more of a dark fuchsia, as opposed to this is looking more like a brighter pink or magenta. I'd say it's a little bit darker, but it's got the great gold along the that garland along the bottom, gold along the bottom lip, and then purple and pink and red and green and yellow, just all kinds of beautiful colors in the top, along with a little gold rim around that cartouche. Great little piece. I see a couple people bidding, so I am going to go ahead and count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right. Yeah, so refreshing is always good, and then also making sure you're in live chat, Phoenix, because sometimes if you're not, you're only seeing highlights, and sometimes that's how you miss bids as well. All right, so it looks like it's Joshua for 12.
Joshua.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, and passing it back to Scott.
Pass it back to me. Pass it back to me. All right, I've got two. Well, the confections are gone, but I didn't eat them. I've got two beautiful English tins that indeed held the confections. And we're going to start at $20 because it's both tins. They're 6 inches tall, and they are just lovely. Oh, my word. And they're covered in dust. Pardon me. But English dust, of course.
Pay more for that.
You are paying more for that. I love these. And you know, they're in such great condition all the way around. Look at that. Has a little, like bulbous at the top. I don't know if you can see that. With a little handle. And I'll let you see how clean the inside is on that one. And then I'll let you see how clean the inside is. And this one's bulbous at the bottom. I just realized that. That one, I don't know what else to say other than bulbous. And that might not be showing up on the screen.
No, you can see. I can see it.
See it here?
Yeah.
So a little fatter at the bottom, and this one is a little fatter at the top. And this is not missing a handle. This one never had a handle. And it's nice and clean inside. Now, they are from the same company. And they say Murray Allen Royal Crown imported superior quality exclusive confections. That excludes me, I'm sure. A Murray Allen import made in England. And Murray Allen brought these into New York and Los Angeles. Pretty English tins, no dents. Probably from the 60s. I don't know, maybe a little bit earlier. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, this English design is just lovely. I'm just guessing from the 60s. They're not antiques for sure. I'll let you see the bottom. Maybe the 50s or the 60s. And the high bid is Kentucky Digger Steve at 20. And anybody else wants to jump in there, jump on in. And we'll go ahead and count these down. You ready for me to do that? I'll do it if there's no questions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the two English tins. And the stop is in, and they're sold to Kentucky Digger Steve at $20. Thank you, Kentucky. It's much appreciated. All right, next, why don't we do, I don't know. Let's do this. The 1950s saxophone player, the Bobby Sox dancing girl. Where is she? Here she is. She stands she starts at $20 and she stands 7.5 inches tall. The only condition issue is that she's lost almost all of the red, which, as you know, the red is cold painted because it fires at a different, when it was fired, different temperatures, they have to cold paint the red. The nice thing about her is that she is from the 50s and no breaks, no repairs. Wow. So she is called a dancing Bobby Soxer. And I'll let you look at her up close. She is standing in front of a saxophone. And it's hard to tell whether it's a soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, or bass. Did you know there was a bass saxophone? But she's got musical notes behind her. She has a little bit of a ribbon, a little bit of a scarf around her neck like they used to do. She has a bun in her hair. And she's doing her little dance. And she's marked on the bottom, why did they use cold paint for red when it came off easy? Because when they fired these, they had to do different colors at different temperatures, is my understanding. And so when they put the gold, when it was fired, the paint, even on those roosters, it's always cold painted because it wouldn't hold up in the kiln, is what my experience has taught me.
As I understood it, as I understood it back in those days, it didn't hold up to it, but it didn't hold up. It wasn't a bright red. It turned orange. And so in order to get the beautiful fire engine red that people wanted, you had to add it a different step.
And you know what? I just realized this could be a vase too. You could put a what do you call it? A whatchamajig. All right, no interest. I'm warning you. I'm kidding. I sound like the robot from Lost in Space. $20 start. If we don't get one, I do hard stops. If there's no interest in it, then I bring it back at the end. So if you want to if you're interested in it at 20, place your bid. If not, we're going to get ready to put a hard stop in there if there's no interest, and then possibly bring her back at the end of the night. So that's the fair warning. We'll give you another 5 seconds or so to see if a bid comes in. You're welcome, Michael. And Patrick, thank you for adding that information as well. Karen, if you'd like to throw that hard stop in there, you can, because we've got no interest in the saxophone. So we're going to put her over here near their confection tins. And we're going to throw it on back to Patrick for your next two.
Some of that useless information you get when you grow up in a house with Fran's Hobby Corner and we had 2 kilns and did ceramics every day for my entire childhood. You learn things. You also never want to see a ceramic Christmas tree ever again. So, I carry my own baggage. So my next item is a set, well, not a set, but a collection of 4 Saturday Evening Posts, all from 1959. Is a $15 start, and you get all 4. This is not a choice. It's $15. You get all 4. So I'm just going to go through them quickly. May 9th, 1959. You've got great Sunbather on the cover, and then even better Coca-Cola ad on the back. I always like to see the Coca-Cola ads. Then we've got a July 11th issue. Not quite to the 11th today, but I love this one. The French got the Eiffel Tower in the back. Even a little story on there about Jimmy Hoffa. Hoffa leaves a baffling trail. And this one, as most magazines in the 50s and 60s, has the cigarette ad on the back. The August issue has the summer. Everyone's heading where? Is it going to the Jersey Shore? No, I don't know. There's Lighthouse. Not sure what shore we're heading to. It ain't Wyoming, though. So we've got that and another Coca-Cola ad on the back. So the August issue, it's already got a snowflakes on the back for Coca-Cola. And then the final one, which is my favorite. First, I love the cover. You've got this group of men looking through the building of this new building with the attractive woman walking her dog, Modern Building Corporation, and another Coca-Cola on the back. And this one is actually more summery. it's odd that those like wouldn't be switched. But because this is the November issue, some of the ads in here are Christmas ads. So just pull a couple, have been marked. So we've got a little mid-century modern Santa Claus promoting the clocks from General Electric Telecron. And then there's another one further back. This was an ad for Inco Nickel, helps make stainless steel perform better longer. So it's for the International Nickel Company. And you look at all of those aluminum nickel coated appliances all built into a mid-century modern Christmas tree. So you've got new Schaefer fountain pens. Yeah, all these ideas, because this is November 21st. So you've only a couple weeks before Christmas. You've got all the Christmas gifts. Thoughtful you to give better electrically. And this one has like this little booklet that I guess you could cut out or pull out. Hamilton Beach, Toastmaster, RCA, turn the page. Rival, Waring, find local dealers fast in the yellow pages. All right, who knows what the yellow pages are? Live better electrically. So I'm actually not sure who this is an ad for. It's a whole bunch of different companies. Such fun filling out your Christmas list with electric gifts. So I guess it was just like one of those Oprah lists. The Saturday Evening Post just kind of pulled together all of probably their advertisers of all the electric gifts you could get, including the Norelco razor, Hot Diggity Dog, hot dog maker, Nesco, looks like, built in like a place to build all your ham and everything. Got a mixer, electric can openers, RCA Whirlpool vacuum cleaners, all kinds of fun stuff in this one, and just great graphics. I'm not an MCM guy, but I can still appreciate some of the design behind. And then Saturday Evening Post has some great articles in it as well. And the articles themselves are great, are heavily illustrated. So it's kind of nice to see. Let's see what's inside the front covers. And Armstrong vinyl floor covering. So I see a couple bids. I don't want to waste a lot of time on this. So we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Kodak, 2, 1, and stop. So see who the posts go to. All right, looks like we had a couple different bids. Lori seems to have jumped it up, and she comes in at $26. And I can add the posts to the hammer, so we could create a fun-shaped box. Okay, next item. Before I give you the starting price, I'm going to point out the some issues. So when I did the video, if you didn't see it, that's fine. We're going to do it all here. This is whether you consider it a 3-piece set or a 5-piece set. You've got a beautiful painted tray with matching powder box and hair receiver. As I showed in the video, the hair receiver has a couple of issues. Although it looks great by itself, when you open it up, there is a little chip in the rim on the inside. Check out the iridescence. Isn't that awesome? You got a chip on the inside, and there's a slight nick, flea bite that you can see in the rim itself. So you can see that there. It has the marks on the bottom, all European porcelain. So that is the box or the hair receiver. And I thought that was the only one that had an issue. But then when I was cleaning this up for the sale, unfortunately, the powder box, the lid is perfect. Powder box has a hairline crack, which I did not know about when I bought it. So there you can see it right there. So because of that, you get all 5 pieces or 3 pieces with plus 2 lids. Everything's going to start at $20. But I wanted to show you the damage before I told you what the starting price was. So $20 to me, the tray is worth $20 by itself. But it is, I'm going to sell it all as a set because I hate to break it apart. And the damage is minor. When you put it all together, you really don't notice it. The tray itself is another Limoges France piece, JP. And then you also have, if I can hold it the right way, you also have the full signature of the artist. So Salino, R. Septalino, Toland. I have no idea. I did not try and research the individual artist because, again, a lot of these would have been blanks that would have gone to a Happy Homemaker. And that's how she made her extra pin money, was painting these at home to then be sold. So a lot of times you can sometimes get prolific painters you can find, but the tray itself, once you put the pieces on, there's a little bit of space in the front, but it gets a little crowded. So if you don't need the hair receiver, because that concept's a little creepy to me, it looks great with just the one. And then you've got all the space to put your jewelry, put whatever you need to. But I have always liked the shape of the hair receivers. I just think they look cool. And then once upon a time, somebody told me what they were for. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's for what? But hey, some people needed to make the wraps that went in their hair because if you got to have that big hair, it's going to take a lot of your own hair to do it. So you get all 5 pieces. Powder box, 2 pieces for the powder box, 2 pieces for the hair receiver, and then the full tray. Measurement wise, the tray is decent sized. It's got a gold trim all the way around. It's 12 inches long and 9.5 inches across. So once it's all packed up, it'll be a pretty good sized box, but hopefully you can get a good enough price on it. And really bummed about the crack, but that's why I lowered the price. So I see at least one bid came in for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Check out that iridescent center. 2, 1, and stop. And we'll watch for the stop while we jump back over to Scott.
There it is.
There it is. All right. So it looks like it's going to Jim Brewer. I apologize, Jim. I do not recognize your name. So if you don't mind to send me an email before the end of the sale, so I know you're real, I would appreciate it. Nice pickup for $20.
In just a moment, I'm going to turn out the lights. There's a reason for that. I don't know why I'm being dramatic about it.
Curiosity Shop After Dark.
Before I turn out the lights, I shall show you with the lights on that I'm going to be selling 3 stems. We're starting at $20. You get all 3. No chips, no cracks, no damage, and all 3 of them glow. There's the first one with lights on. Look at that twisted stem. I'm loving it, and I want more of it. This one has wheel cut flowers on it and an optic. This one is 8 inches tall. The next one has a plainer stem, but a lovely swirled optic in the bowl, and it is 7 inches tall. Look at that little wine. Now that's just depression glass. Well, it's all depression glass, but those 2 are elegant. This one would, oops. Am I still here?
Yep.
Okay. This one would be probably from Anchor Hocking or Hazel Atlas or somebody like that. There wasn't really any. Okay, let me get that back again. Now I'll let you see. Oh, by the way, I think I told you nothing is damaged here. So $20 for all 3 of them, and you can put them in your. So there's the little guy, the little cordial. Hello, little cordial. There's the 7-inch tall stem, and again, I'll let you see that the base of it is green.
And you got the bids coming in. Miss Jackie's got you up to 27. Ellie took you to 28.
And then this nice, tall, elegant 8-inch also is beautifully lit. I just love that look. That's very mesmerizing, isn't it?
Margaret Howell is asking if you think they are Tiffin.
Tiffin was very well known for its stems, and they could be. That one's not. That one well could be made in the Tiffin factory, which was the last of the U.S. glass conglomerates that were open. But it would have taken me probably all day, and I appreciate you asking. That's a good question. So whoever the winner is can dig that out, but I just didn't have the time to go looking to see who made each stem. Very well could be. Paper thin, elegant depression glass, no chips, no cracks. Let's count them down if there are no other questions. And thank you for asking. Miss Jackie right now, I think, has the high bid at 35. And now Susan Lumpy at 36. So I'll count these 3 pieces down. And try not to drop them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On 2 elegant depression stems with green bottoms that fluoresce under UV light. And then the one little cordial, which would have been from a less expensive American glass company. That one might be Hawking. All right, those 3 stems. So, Karen says stop, and that means, is it Sam?
That's who I see, but Karen will be the master.
All right, we'll do that. Sam, if it's you, I don't know who you are. Will you send me an email, please, at that address right there? And if you'll do that during the program, because I don't recognize, hey, if you're new, round of applause. And if you're somebody that I already know, but YouTube changed everything, I've got humidors coming up soon, but not yet, Mark. So Sam, I'm going to need to, if you'll write to me if you'll actually go ahead and write to me, that way I know who you are. Let's see, you're just Sam, somebody. Was it at 46? Okay.
Yes.
Sam at 46. And my email address is on the screen right there. And I think Karen also just put it in. So I'll look for you for your email, Sam. And now I've got a few more. The humidors are coming up a little bit later. Thanks for asking, Mark. But right now, let's do 3 more pieces of green glass from the Depression. And this will start at $19. These 3 pieces are chip-free and crack-free. No condition problems here with these at all. I'll show them to you first, and then we'll turn out the lights. $19 start on all of these. And here we go. You're going to get 1 candle holder. Beautiful. You're going to get 1, that's the Florentine pattern. 1 sherbet in the Florentine pattern. And you're going to get an elegant plate, which would have had a compote in it because we have the ring. The compote is gone, probably for a mayonnaise, because it's too small for a cheese and cracker. But this is wheel cut. And all of these 3 pieces are at 19. A start of $19. Well, I'll go ahead and let you see again that everything glows beautifully for those who put lights on their green glass. So there's the plate. I hope that's glowing for you on the television set. There's the candlestick. These are all from the 20s and the 30s. And here's the little Florentine sherbet also in the green. All right, then we'll turn the lights back on. The plate, for your information, in case no one asked, but just in case you want to know, it's 8 inches. I almost threw it on the floor. Put the candlestick right on it. and the sherbet on top of it like that. So maybe not. So 3 pieces of green depression glass that still, unlike my tooth, is chip and crack free. We shall count these down. The high bid right now is 25, and we're going to count these down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on these 3 pieces of green glass. Green depression glass is what that is. And once we get our winner, we'll then throw it right back to Patrick. So we're going to look for, and then while I'm off camera, Sam, I'll be looking for your email so we know who you are. The stop is in. Ms. Jackie, I know you. And we've got Ms. Jackie at 26, I believe. And I thank you so much.
All right. And I got Joshua as well during the last break. And then also I just got Jim's. So thank you so much. Really appreciate when everyone does that before the end of the sale. So we're not rushing around trying to find things. All right. I do not have green glass, but I've got glass that has green on it. So I saw this and I immediately knew I had to pick it up for Scott. Before I give you the start price, I'm going to show the issues. Do you want to say something, Scott?
No. I said, oh, yes. I love that. I saw it in your preview. Beautiful.
Okay. So if you did not see the preview, you've got this beautiful chrome and glass picture frame. It has this great deco motif in the corner with the lines. This is a metal piece that's applied over the chrome metal, and it has this little dimensional square on the corner. On the opposite corner, you actually still have the metal plate, but you're missing the little square. And then also there are these little corner, I think they're I'm just going to say plastic. They could be something special, but these corner pieces that are holding everything in, 3 of them are there. 1 of them is missing. So condition wise, those are the issues. And then there's just, as you see the reflection, it's showing its age. So it's a Grand Lady. The piece of glass is what's painted green. So it is not uranium glass. There's nothing treatment of glass. It's been painted. That green is on there. And there's a couple places where the paint has started to flake away, but that's what you're going to get when you want that look in 2026. So because of the issues of the condition that are notable, this is only a $10 start. So $10 gets you this. And size-wise, I wrote it down, but I can't find the note. So the image, okay, so the piece of glass that shows is 10.5 by 8.5. But if you look at just what shows where it's not painted green, you're 9 inches by 7 inches. So you're 7 by 9. The frame itself overall is 13 by 11. So you've got, and it has an easel back to stand this way. So there's an easel back and the cord is still attached to it. It's got a paper attached cord. So the easel there is no hanging mechanism. You could create one, but right now there's nothing built into it to hang it in a different way. It is simply a tabletop frame at this time. The green pyramid buttons remind me of a green and green mirror. Oh, that'd be lovely. Did Green and Green produce the deco style as well? I know them more from the arts and crafts side, but it is a cool piece. It's something the minute I saw it, even with a condition, I'm like, you know what? This needs to be in Scott's sale. This needs to find the right home, and Scott's channel is a place to find the right home. So I see a couple bids coming in. So we'll go ahead and count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And that will be packed very nicely. The glass is actually a decent thickness, so it's not super, super fragile, but it's why I liked the Unbreakable sale to begin with, because everything was really easy to ship. Now I've got a 5-piece porcelain dresser set that I've got to pack. So it's the good with the bad, but hey, we also want to sell what people like, and you guys like the breakables. So appreciate the bidding on that. I see the stop. So the green frame goes to Margaret Howell for $15. Excellent. I'm sure you're going to give it a great home, Margaret, and I appreciate that. The next item is moving more into my direction. True Antique 19th century. So what we've got here is a $25 start for a 19th century Wilcox footed silver plate, quadruple plate butter dish, 3 pieces. So Wilcox Silver Company was founded in Meriden, can't read my writing, Connecticut in 1865. They merged with the International Silver Company in 1898. And this one is marked as Wilcox Silver. So this was prior to 1898. But you would know that just by looking at the decor, because this type of stuff is aesthetic era. This is 1880s. It is just dripping with it. Oh. And in the cartouche, all right, see if I need to hold just the one piece. In the cartouche, if I can get it to show right, it is engraved not with somebody's name. It says mother in a beautiful script, to the point that I originally thought there was an umlaut and there were 2 O's. I'm like, what does this say? It literally says mother, but the M has a super loopy M on it. And it's just got a great script. So hopefully you're kind of seeing that coming through. So the cartouche, some people like engraved, embossed monograms on things. So like, hey, it's got a history. Everyone's got a mother. You may not talk to her, but you could take her silver. You could take her silver plated butter dish. So this has the dome, has the swan on the top. I mean, look how cool is that? So you got the swan top, but this is what I like about it. It is unlike just like a contemporary butter dish. This has a big bowl underneath the insert, and the insert is also silver plate. So you don't have glass. All this stuff stays together. And the concept behind this is, in contemporary times, 20th century, you pretty much have your butter refrigerated all the time, and then you put it out on your little individual butter pats, and you have a beautiful table. Everyone can have their own butter. Well, back in the 19th century, that wasn't the luxury. So you would fill this with ice. You still got to find the ice, but you could fill this with ice. You put this inside of it, and then you cut up your little pieces of butter. You could turn it into shapes. You can do whatever and put it on this beautifully chased insert. And so the chased insert stays cold, so your butter stays cold. So you don't all get your individual butter, but you get an absolutely fantastic item to add to the table. Now, as it's sitting, it looks absolutely beautiful. As you look a little bit closer, it's falling slightly out of round. You could probably play with it to, it's silver, so you can move it around a little bit. But it is in great condition. There's a couple places of tarnish. I did not touch it. I'm letting whoever buys it either polish it to within an inch of its life or just leave it as is, because patina is part of the story. All right, so I see the bids coming in. I want to make sure we don't take up too much time on it. So I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Even the feet are pretty.
Oh, I love that silver swan.
Yeah, that was like, everything about it was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, that's cool too.
The silver swan who living had no note, when death approached, unlocked her silent throat. Farewell, all joys. Something. More swans now live than fools. More swans now live than geese. More fools than wise.
Oh, fun.
I'm sorry. I go off on my favorite madrigals now and then, don't we all?
That's all right. I've got my husband quoting Shakespeare every time I turn around. So everyone needs a hobby. All right, watching for the stop to come in. Oh wait, I did see the stop. I missed it because right there was a bid coming. Sorry, Rising Phoenix. It looks like your bid came in after. I'll wait for Karen to confirm that. So if I'm going based on what I see, is it Margaret Howell? Is that what you're seeing, Scott, for
It is.
41?
It is. It is what I'm seeing. I see Margaret
Okay,
Howard
and Karen says Margaret at 41. I am very sorry, Rising Phoenix. It
at
looks like you
40.
came in just after. So your Margaret is giving a home to both the green frame and the silver swan butter dish.
Nice. You pack them in one box. Those you
Yep.
That was beautiful. That swan on top. I'm going to try something. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I've got an American Brilliant Cut smushed Rose Bowl. No, it wasn't smushed, but look at that. This starts at $50. It is absolutely perfect. I can't believe it's so paper thin around the rim and there's not a chip on it. This is actually truly American Brilliant Cut glass, and it starts at 50. It is lovely. Look at the bottom of it. Now, American Brilliant Cut glass, 1876 to World War I, 1915. This comes out as one solid plain piece of glass, and every cut, every facet, every crosshatch, every button and bow and star, and they have all these names. Everything was ground out on an emery wheel by an expert craftsman. The Europeans taught the Americans how to do it, and the Americans went to the Centennial in Philadelphia in 1876 and said, look at us. Libby was there, Hawks was there, and oh my goodness, it's got lead in it, which is what gives it that brilliant look to it. And it's the first one I've had that's, I just call it smushed, but it's just so beautiful.
It actually is a really cool shape.
It is wonderful. And all around this inner rim, there's not one flea bite. I can't tell you, well, I can tell you, almost every piece of ABC that I get has some kind of damage because it's so heavy. This is just beautiful. I can't really ring it or ping it. It's just too heavy for me to do that. Now, most of this glass is unsigned, and even if it is signed, it is quite often almost impossible to see the signature. Sometimes they're acid etched, and sometimes they're actually signed. And there are literally, where are the books? They're sitting back here somewhere. There were so many of these patterns that were made, way more than American Brilliant, more than EAPG. So you've got to really be a lifelong scholar, and I'm not a lifelong scholar, but I'd like to be.
Margaret Howell's got you up to 51.
Whoever wins this, you absolutely will not be disappointed. And I'll tell you what I want you to do. I want you to find the spot in your house where the sun comes in, and I want you to place it there. And when you get up in the morning, your living room is going to look like disco fever, because the sun will hit this, the light will refract, will bounce off, and I'm telling you, you'll be addicted to American Brilliant Cut glass. I love my EAPG, but it don't sparkle like true lead crystal, and that's what you've got. So this will date to the anywhere from 1876 to about 1910, 1915. And you can figure out who the maker is. It can take a while, as I said, because there's just thousands and thousands of patterns. But it's a beautiful one. And before I count it down, I do want to say, Sam, thank you so much. I got your email. You were right on the spot. But I'll just need you to write back, Sam. I know you have bought from me on eBay before, but eBay doesn't cross-pollinate. I hope you understand what that means. I can't get private information from eBay, so I do still need your full name, your full home address, and I need you to tell me whether you have a PayPal account or not. If you do, I need the email address that you used when you created your PayPal account. But I put all that in the email that I sent you. So if you'll just hit me back with that, Sam, when you can, then we'll be able to get that beautiful green glass to you. Firecracker, no, I think it's D. Corrigan Girl. Well, no, I'm not sure. So I will go ahead. I think we're right around $50 now, or 52, and we'll count.
You're up to 52.
Okay. Well, we'll count this American Brilliant Cut Rose Bowl down. If you don't have any questions about it, I hope. Ouch. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Oh, let's do this Victorian picture frame next. Which is an 8x10. All right, the American Brilliant Cut Rose Bowl.
Still waiting for the stop. Got some last minute activity.
I don't know that I'm ever going to find another one.
I've literally never, I mean, I don't really go on the hunt for it, but you see it all the time, and I have never seen something that shape. That is very, very cool.
I haven't either. It looks like it was a taller rose bowl, and when it was hot.
Yeah, you're right. They just squashed it down. I like it just because of the shape.
Yeah, I do too. It's just beautiful.
All right, there's the stop. So it looks like Lisa Gens is at 62.
Thank you, Lisa, and everyone who showed interest in that. I will continue to bring pieces of American Brilliant Cut to the sale. I like to do that, so I'll do that. Next up, I've got a Victorian picture frame that starts at $35. Thank you, Lisa, and everyone else. What's so wonderful about this frame is, well, I'm showing you the back first. That's wonderful, because I love wood. But I want you to look at the back of it. Now I want you to look at the front. There's so much going on here. The print is not the big deal. The big deal is the artificially grained paint, which in many cases can be more valuable than if it was actually walnut or mahogany, because that's all paint, and you know that. This is meant to look like marble or tortoise shell, and it's ebonized on the sides, which is black paint, and then this, look at this, and it's gilded, and through here, and this was a brighter gold here at one time. So the PA Buzzard, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Mine is antique. I'm not sure if that's what Home Interiors made a copy of that Rose Bowl. Obviously not antique.
Yeah,
So
I think they're just saying that
I
the
think
Home
so.
Interiors version is a repro, it's not antique.
I think so. That
Yeah,
is,
no, yours was absolutely the real
absolutely.
thing.
So I may be misinterpreting what you wrote, but look at the paint on that front. The Victorian print is beautiful too. It dates to the age of this frame, and it is an 8x10. So you can take the print out and put in whatever you'd like.
So Lotus Glass is asking if that technique is called faux bois.
I don't know.
Faux bois is false wood. And usually faux bois is to make it look like, not wood grain, but to actually make it look like a tree. So like making fake bark, making a tree trunk at the bottom of a table. So I would say, I think you're right. That's more of a tortoiseshell attempt, or maybe the marbling. So that would be more like trompe l'oeil.
Well, trompe l'oeil is making it look, trompe l'oeil in painting is making it look like a photograph. It's fooling the eye.
Fooling out into something else.
Right. This is just artificial grain. That's what they call it. It's paint made to look like something else. So, and what's so nice is that the condition is so good on it because it will chip. I mean, the ones that are in bad shape do show the damage, but so it just looks lovely. And I'll count the inner area is simply, it sure is, PA Buzzard is here. All right, I don't think there's any interest on the frame, so we're gonna get ready to put a hard stop on this because I've talked about it enough and we've got no bids coming in. I'm gonna give you another couple seconds. If there's no interest in the frame, we'll get ready and we'll put the hard stop in there. Whatever it is, the technique is beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what counts at the end. It's beautiful.
All right, Karen, no interest in the frame. Throw that stop in there, and we'll bring this back at the end with no. Hold on, stop.
Oh.
DB. Okay, we have a bid of 40, and so we'll count the frame down. Again, I think I told you that it's an 8. You can put an 8x10 picture in it if you want to.
Lovely.
That's an old print as well in it, which probably is about as old as the frame. The frame would be from the 1880s, late Victorian era. And it already, something else. Now, I did not take, before I count it down, I didn't take the back off, but I can see up here, somebody's going to get a surprise when they take this back off because I can see the words, the incomparable. So I don't know if you can see it, but right up here it says the incomparable. Yeah. Many times.
Too funny.
It's an old Victorian something, the back of a crate, the back of a paper poster. I mean, who knows what's under there? But there's something under there that is where it says the incomparable. That doesn't have anything to do with her. That's the part the print is in, and then the cardboard is on the back, and that's 18th century, that's late 19th century typography or whatever you want to call it on there. So that would be exciting just to see what's on the back. So we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the frame. And we'll put this over here and then we can see who our winner is and we'll count it down.
They'll have to let you know what they find when they open it up.
Yeah, I want whoever gets it, I'd love to know. You just take those 4 nails out, and there it is.
All right, watching for the stop to come through. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so it's DB at 40.
Yep.
You got it, DB, and I thank you so much, and I do have your info. So we are right at 9:02, which means we're not going to take an intermission, but we're at halftime, and I want to thank the 260 some folks that we have here tonight, Monday night. Thank you so much. And Karen, thank you so much for being here as well.
Absolutely, Karen. Thank you.
Thank you, DB.
If you saw my preview, you know what's about to come out of this bag. It is a $10 start. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am counting on the group to get this to the value of where it should be because I've got more than $10 in this because I started building this lot and then I just had too much fun. So it is a collection of food miniatures.
Oh.
So right out of the bat, we've got the first one is new old stock. I don't know. I don't recognize that price tag, but you can't buy anything for $1.11 anymore. But you've got a cookbook, rolling pin, and a little can of tomato sauce and some utensils. Then I've got a little box of tissues, Scotkins, strong ever, and you've even got the little tissues in there. And then you've got a little box of Kellogg's Rice Krispies. And this is for everything. This is not choice. You get everything in here. The River brand white rice. Okay, now, just to compare, we are not all on the same scale. That's a really big box of rice if the cookbook is only that big. But I'm married to an Indian man, and they would buy a box of rice that's that big compared to the cookbook. But that's a whole other story. Then we've got a little canister of a Gerber apple juice. And then we've got another box of beech nut oatmeal. And then we've got, this is actually what started it all. This little dividing tray that has a set of 4 knives, forks, and spoons in there. These little, and they're metal, they're not plastic, little metal flatware that we've got in that. So you get all 4 of those. And it looks like it's actually, I just realized as I put the knife down, the knife itself says, I think it says Germany. Yeah, it says Germany. Okay, cool. I didn't realize that's what they were. And we're not done. We've got another box of miniature collectibles, a bottle of ketchup, some little tiny box of corn flakes. So it's, who wants that box of corn flakes when you could have Rice Krispies that are twice the size? Let's see what else I got in here. Got another one coming out. Oh, no, that's another spoon. Another box or a jar of hash, Armor hash. And I got 2 more items in here to finish it out. Sterling salt and New Blue Dutch cleanser. So yes, and thank you for starting me out at 25s. I appreciate that, and I trusted that that's where we end up. Like I said, started with this, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'll just find some extra food stuff to go in it, and then every time I turned around, I found more food. So scale wise, we're a little off, but that's okay. It's fun, and this, who knows? I'm clearly this is for a dollhouse. This is a little big for a dollhouse. So I'm not sure if this is more like American Girl sized because they're bigger. Maybe this is more like Barbie doll type size. I'm not really sure. And it doesn't say that I can see. I don't show what the scale is on this one. Anyway, you get the whole thing. It is not by lot. I do believe we still have the high bid is $25. I'm going to go ahead and count it down. You get all of these pieces. Just putting them back so I don't lose any of them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Let's see where these end up. That was my unbreakable option for my pairing. And I see we got a couple climbing it up. Appreciate it. Okay, that makes sense that the rice would be more for those toy kitchens. So yeah, more child size as opposed to doll size. I just like this, the flatware. I like it even more now that I know it was made in Germany. Definitely has some age to it. There's some nice weight to it, considering it's just little pieces. So that goes to Kentucky Digger Steve for 27. Thank you. And thank you for jumping right in there, Steve. You knew what you wanted. I appreciate it. And so we go from the not necessarily opposite ends, but from something that's kind of fun and unique and silly to what I feel is one of the best pieces I've got in this sale tonight. I'm not a huge fan of Westmoreland, but when it's done right, I can see why it's so popular. So we have a covered compote with the Westmoreland label on it, and this is a $35 start. It is in pristine condition. So first we're going to get the measurements. So to the top of the finial, we're at about 12.5 inches tall. The top itself, you're not going to be able to see from your end, but it's definitely translucent because it is milk glass. There is no wear to the gold at all. So you've got some absolutely fantastic condition. It's got the quilted pattern around the top, which matches the quilted pattern on the bottom. So this is not a marriage. This lid, this cover did come from this original. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, maybe it's like a marriage box because I really wasn't sure. But marriage boxes usually aren't this tall. And you can take the lid and set it on top of each other. And if you didn't know that, that's a little fun trick to do in an antique show or an antique shop. If you find the square boxes, you may not have known that, but if you take that lid out, there's a recess on the bottom and they actually stack on top of each other. I don't know why you do that. And I don't know why that makes it a wedding box, but it does make it kind of cool. So you've got definitely a connection, or not a marriage. These were tied together. And then you also have an absolute pristine condition of that gold, which is almost unheard of because that is where the lid goes on. So this was used, this was a shelf sitter. This was not even used to put your Werther originals in. This was just for decoration. So all the gold in the top, absolutely pristine condition. As you work your way down, you've got some fantastic hand painting going on to it. The lavender colored bows with the greens, the blues, and then the pinks and the cabbage roses down at the bottom, so going on all sides. So you've got unidirectional or omnidirectional, I'm sorry, that you can put this anywhere, no matter where that somebody walks around, they're going to see a finished side. There's no flat back.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you for just a minute. Folks, you've got to make sure that you are in live chat. Go up to the top of the conversation box and you'll see a little arrow. When you click that down arrow, you have choices for top chat, live chat, and fan funding. You're not seeing all of the messages because you're not in live chat. So everybody just take a second, make sure you're in live chat, and you should then be able to see all the bids. Thank you.
If you're on your mobile, there's a little thing next to the X. If you hit that, that's what pops up, and you can change from top messages to all messages. That's what Scott's saying on the mobile. It looks different on YouTube, which I don't have up right now on your PC. So if you can't find it, it's probably a slightly different spot. No problem, Scott. Yeah, if there were questions, I didn't see that, so I apologize. So fantastic condition, no chips, no cracks, beautiful piece, again, with the Westmoreland sticker still on there. All right. I do not see any bids, I don't think. There's a lot of chat now, so I got to scroll back up. No, I don't see any bids, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds, but I want to make sure we cover as many things tonight as possible. If I've got no takers for this, this will do very well in my booth in Geneva. So we will go ahead and pass that if Karen can put the stop in, and then that was my second item, Scott. It goes back to you.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Kentucky Digger just put it in. And I think he got in before the stop. So, okay. Thanks, Steve. Can you put me back on, Scott? Because I'll go ahead and count it down. Steve did get in before the stop. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, wait. So Karen put the stop in. And no, Morgan, no, you do not need to register first. I don't see anyone else going after Steve. He was last minute. I have no problem selling this to Steve for $35. So Karen already had the stop in because I was saying to stop it. We're going to move on. $35. Steve gets it. And it's passing back to Scott.
Okay.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Steve.
Well, if I can, there we go. You're welcome. And thank you. Okay, now here comes the Tobackiana, and I added something to it that you don't know. So $25 start. Karen, take a breath. We had to do a lot of things there. So we'll just take a breath and reacclimate, and we'll let Karen put our $25 start in, which she has just done. Well, what is $25? 2 tobacco humidors, and not just one old cigar box, but I found another one in the basement, which is just as super fantastic. So 2 really old cigar boxes. It's going to be a $25. These are glass with walnut lids. They're Aztec. That's the brand. And I think that means I think they're from the 60s. These are not antique. Those cigar boxes are old. Inside the lids is the little ceramic insert with the word Aztec, A-Z-T-E-C, because you could moisten that little piece of ceramic and keep your tobacco moist. So the glass is an excellent, everything is fine here. The lids made of walnut. And there is a rubber seal around here that Gives it a satisfying closure. And here's the second one. It also has that little ceramic insert, which has been scratched up some. But again, that's for moisture. And put that on, and that stays as well. Someone asked earlier about the humidors. I hope that person is still here, because there they are. And then here are the boxes. There's one. I just love that. There are no dates on these, but I think they're around 100 years old. Isn't it nice? That's Cremo. And then here's the one that I didn't show you, because I got fiddling in the basement. And I said, oh, I got another one. Moss and Lowenhaupt Cigar Company, St. Louis, Missouri, made in 65 sizes. You ought to find something that fits. Look at that. Oh, and the neatest thing about the inside of this one, now the lid is a little, but gosh, there's all this paper stuff all over it. I love this right here. Look at that. See that? Don't you love that?
Yep.
Patrick says meow. Two for 25 cents. I love that.
No, hey, we're definitely falling into that ephemera category. These were not designed to stick around. So I love all of that stuff that's still on there.
Oh, and just the way it's all, oh, this looks great. They display beautifully. So there are the two cigar boxes, which are just wonderful, and the two humidors. And we'll count this collection down of Tobackiana. The glass is unmarked, so I don't know who made the glass containers for this Aztec, who put their name on the humidors. They may not have been the ones who made the glass. 10, the high bid is something. 31, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the tobacco pieces. Tobackiana. What am I doing next? The Cobalt Blue. Oh, I've got something else to bring in a minute that I didn't tell you I was bringing tonight.
You got a lot of people interested in these.
This beauty is coming up next. Oh, we're still doing the tobacco. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to stop yet.
All right, let them fight it out. Karen will throw it in. She knows how to do it. She throws it in when she sees the bidding has cooled off. We treat this just like a regular auction. And the Tobackiana. Back in the day fines at 52. I think.
That's what I see.
Thank you, everyone who was interested in that and placed bids on that. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know you were going for it. Okay, there we go. This console bowl, it starts at $25. It is such a nice one. Look at that cobalt blue. I forgot to measure. It's almost 12. Oh, you know what? It's 11 3/4 inches. So we might as well say 12.
All men do. All men round up.
And you know what a console bowl is. Rolled edge. 1930s. This doesn't make it any more valuable, but it's interesting to me because this is the first console bowl that I've had with a polished pontil. So this
And
was,
it's all blue glass, not flash. It's
oh
not
no, it's all blue.
flash colored. That's great.
Yeah. And so this was blown in a mold. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a polished pontil. And then it was fire polished. There are no mold lines on it at all. It's a beautiful blue console bowl, which would have had candlesticks on either side, as you know. I was only able to find the blue, cobalt blue bowl. Oh, I forgot. Speaking of cobalt blue, are you still watching Garden Witch?
Garden Witch.
Garden Witch. She scared the heck out of me. There's a lady whose screen name is Garden Witch. She was here a minute ago. And she is from Jersey. She's a Jersey girl. Is that right? But she's retired to Florida. Well, she's up here visiting, and she saw me in a thrift shop. What was the purpose of the rolling tops? It's just decorative. It's just how they were designed. There's no purpose. It's just a decorative element. She saw me in a thrift shop, and I was so wrapped up in my own thoughts, and I was down on the floor, and I went, "Ah!" And we had the most wonderful conversation. And I so much appreciate you saying hello to me. Patrick, somebody's asking you a question.
Yeah, I just answered it.
Oh, okay. So it was lovely. And Garden Witch, you told me your real name, but I don't have permission to repeat it, so I won't. But you know who you are, and I know who you are. I'd love to see you again sometime. Anyone interested in the cobalt blue console bowl? Doesn't look like it. So in a minute, we'll throw that hard stop in there because I've been talking. There's no bids. There is now. All right, Carrie Vaccaro. Carrie Vaccaro has a $26 bid on the blue console bowl from about 1930-ish, the 30s. And no chips, no cracks. So we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8. It looks black on the screen. I know. I'm trying to get it so that the light will shine through it and it'll look blue. It is blue. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the cobalt blue fire polished 1930s rolled edge console bowl with polished pontil. Say that 3 times while chewing.
All right, we'll watch for the stop so that there's no question on that because you got a couple of more bids that came in. Yeah, solid blue color really is pretty. And just as a side comment, it is, as you answered the question, is designed for just aesthetic, that rolled side. But that also looks really good when you start working with flower frogs, which is what I like. You can do the low flowers or the greenery like the philodendrons. They'll then drape over those sides and you're not fighting the verticality of a side bowl with a flower frog. So I like bowls that have that rolled edge as well.
The stop is in, and Norma, I'm coming to see you. Good wishes to Norma, who I was injured. Norma, I hope you don't mind me telling your business. I think you don't mind. And I know you're recuperating. Her heart was set to sing in Ocean Grove, and she was ready, but then I think something happened. So Norma, we are wishing you health and wealth. Wealth meaning health. And I'll come down and see you. I know you don't live too far from me, but we'll get your winnings to you. And you're going to sing next year, Norma. Next year, you're going to sing. So Norma has the blue console bowl at 35.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Norma.
Okay. So one of the reasons I like to do the previews is because I like to give people a chance to research some of the things that I'm offering. So hopefully for those who watch the preview, you did your research, because what's coming up next is the set of 19th century, early 19th century engravings, hand colored, of the Four Seasons by Jean-Baptiste Mallet.
Oh,
and
yes.
If you did any research on these, you know what they're worth. And I am selling the set of 4. This is not choice. You get all 4 of them.
Thank you,
as a $35 start. So we all get to practice our French. La printemps. is something. I asked my husband and now I can't remember. I knew this one. L'automne. Yeah, so you got autumn on this one. So you've got all of these are hand colored, hand tinted, and they have the print, the engraving. You can see the indentation of the original paper on the edge. So these are not prints; these are copper plates that were pressed into and then colored. So you've got autumn. I think printemps is spring, and I'm going to guess that based on the big floral cornucopia in her hand. L'hiver. I only know that because my husband said it right before the show started. And then the last one is l'été, which looks like a harvest. But harvest would be autumn. So I don't know which one of these. So anyone remember? Okay, printemps is spring. Thank you, Alimente. So everyone gets to get their French lessons tonight. L'été is this one. They are all in their original frames. A little bit of a condition, because people have been picking them apart to see like, oh, okay, how are they made? Can I take out the prints? I think the little chippy aspect to these, given their age, I think they're fantastic as is. That's why I didn't try and break these out. I've had a very good success in buying these 19th century engravings, taking them out of the frame and then selling them individually because they're a lot easier to ship that way too. But these I don't think I've ever sold art on Scott Sale. But this one I just thought was too cool to pass up because you get all four of them. They're absolutely beautiful. Whether you put them vertically, put them in a grid, however you want to do it. They obviously all play with each other very nicely because they were designed to go together. And you've got the story to go along with it. You got the melee. You've got the coloration of it. Each one, you test your guests what their French knowledge is. L'été is summer. Thank you, Michael. And like I said, the only one I knew is autumn because it sounds like autumn. L'automne.
I can sing Chanson de l'amour.
Excellent.
Thank you.
What are the colors? Okay, that's a good question. They may not be playing off. So l'automne, there's purple in the grapes and a little bit of green. I would say her cloak is a very, very, very pale yellow. In her hair is another cluster of the purple in the grapes. And then there's kind of like a bluish green in the leaves that are part of the garland around her crown. As you get to printemps, which was spring, you would expect spring would have more colors. I will try not to move it around, so hopefully it'll focus and you can see the colors. So you've got yellow, green, kind of a dusty rose, almost a purple color, all in that cornucopia of flowers. You then got yellow, and then you still got green and yellow and pink in the hair. And then a very, very dusty, very, very light bluish green in the fabric of her tunic of that one. And then we move to the third one. I don't want to spend too much time on these, but it's a totally fair question. I just have to get really close and not move it around. This one, primary color is yellow with the pink in her blush colored skin as well as her dress. And this was l'été, which l'été was summer. And then the fourth one is l'hiver. So what have we not covered? Autumn, spring, summer. So this is winter. Has the ice blue in her kind of cowl that's kind of flying over her head. And then she's holding a gold goblet with something pink inside. So very soft colors. Great age to these. Like we are well into true antique territory. And you get all four of them. I see at least one bid, so I'm going to go ahead and count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And if these go to DB, you got a great pickup because if anybody did do their research, these sell for individually for more than that. So if you get the whole set, congratulations. Oh, wait, I didn't stop yet. Sorry. So they won't be too heavy, again, because of their size. That's why I was willing to do this and sell them as a set. I will package these very well. As much as I love to sell ephemera, I do know how to ship glass. I've learned a lot from Scott. So these will be very well protected, and we're going to make sure that they get to their new home in as pristine condition as I can pass them on as. And I'm so glad so many people want to give these a good home. Yeah, you can see behind me, I do keep a lot, but I can't keep everything. So these needed to find a new home. So I watch for that one. That was my breakable side. And then my unbreakable, we'll move into something else. I want to watch for the Scott. Good night, Carmen. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, Carmen. See you in Ocean Grove next week. Is it next week?
All right. Looks like the stop has come. The artist, just for reference, the stop is there, but it's Jean-Baptiste Mallet, Mallet. And if Karen can confirm, because a bunch of bids all came around the stop, I think it's going to be Lisa at 61, but there were 2 bids that came after that. I just want to make sure I don't have it wrong.
Corky is coming, Morgan.
Okay. Lisa. Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you for giving these a good home. I hope you enjoy them, and they'll look great. So the next item we're going into the unbreakable is another Chinese bowl. I have a soft spot for these. I love these brass bowls. This one has the decoration on the outside, not on the inside. So this is only a $20 start. And for $20 start, you're going to get the bowl as well as the footed base to go along with it. So start with the base, fairly standard. There's no way for me to even tell you how old the base is. Pardon me while Alexa yells at me. But the base adds some nice height to something like this. And what's nice about the bowl itself is because the decor is only on the outside, you can actually use this to put whatever you want. So if you collect carpet balls, if you collect marbles, if you collect whatever you want, you can fill these in and you're not actually covering up the design on the inside, which a lot of the bowls that I sell have that design on the inside as well. So you almost hate to put anything in it because then it will block it. This one does have the hand engraved china etched into the brass. Still has some lead, still has some age to it. Oh, wow, Norma. Sorry about that. But yes, next year, we'll make sure you actually have a chance to sing. The design on this one is kind of a combination. It's got some geometric engraving at the top. And then the bottom, it's almost got like a wind motif. I can't quite figure out what that's supposed to be. It kind of looks like a bird, kind of looks like a pair of wings beating, but I don't 100% see it. And then it looks like water at the bottom. So it's kind of a mixture. Maybe it is air and wind, and maybe that's fire. I have not seen this design before. So it's just a different look. It's not as quote unquote Chinese or as Asian as some of the other ones I have that have the big dragon motifs and things that people don't always want to bring into their homes. This one is just a beautiful patina on a late 20th century, mid 20th century brass bowl that looks fantastic on a stand and can be used functionally for anything you want. Wouldn't use it for food. Don't be eating your salad in it or anything. But an absolutely fantastic look to any decor, contemporary or antique. A music bowl, it is not designed to be a music bowl. Because of the engravings on it, it changes. I don't have the mallet to make that, but I know what you're talking about. The singing bowls, Tibetan, that I do not think that's what this would be. The patina is too heavy on the inside. It would affect the sound. But so the singing bowls are the ones where you make the sound from the inside. But if you just ting it, You do have some good, yeah, you got a good mallet. You've got that going as well. I don't see any bids that came in on this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask, do a quick ask to Karen to go ahead and put in the stop. And that would be my second item. And oh, wait, we got somebody sneaking in at the end. So, all right. So we got $20. It came in before the stop. So I will go ahead and accept the $20 and just immediately start counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And thank you so much, D. Corangery. I'm sorry, I don't remember how to pronounce your name. Thank you for jumping in there and grabbing this. Assuming nobody else is going to jump in there. Yep, there's the stop. So you get it. And back to you, Scott.
All right. Norma, when I'm up on that top row underneath that pipe organ in Ocean Grove and you're watching live on YouTube, I'm going to bring these with me, and just for you, so you can see me.
Excellent.
The last verse of Abide With Me is for you. All right. No, seriously, Norma, we do hope that you're back to your normal self and singing next year. All right. It's time for Piggy, Piggy, Piggy. Piggy, Piggy, Piggy. Let's start at $35 because you ain't getting one pig, you're getting two. Corky the pig. Oh my goodness. Now there is a tiny, tiny damage on the top. But not only is Corky the pig coming, but look at that little piggy. He is also a bank. He's missing his bottom. Now he looks a lot like, this is Hall. Sir Elton John, I know, Willie boy. Corky the Pig, 1957, Hall. This came in many different colors. Now at the top, there's a little chip right there in the, what do you call that? The glaze. It's a little bit deeper. It's not too deep. Maybe somebody was trying to force a silver dollar into there and it wouldn't fit. But that's the only damage on is that spot right there. But what's wonderful is that he's got his pacifier cork. And the last pig I had didn't have his cork. Now these come in many colors. Pink, blue, green, I don't know what else. But let's put the cork back in. And I don't know if you saw, I produced a thrift haul video today. And I found him in the thrift shop. And then as I was walking around the store, his cork fell out onto the floor. Well, I had a fit. I went and got the manager, the assistant, and the floor walker. And I said, I'll give everybody $5 if you can find a cork with a nose ring in it. Well, they looked at me like I was insane. We tore that store apart and we found it. So Corky the Pig from 1957, he's got his little cork nose. And look at that. I didn't even go on the internet to find out who made him. But he's a bank as well. And you're going to get both of them. Because I think they look wonderful together. They're friends. It's almost like a Laurel and Hardy kind of a thing. Give him a kiss. We'll count the pigs. You have me laughing out loud. Plan to watch. Oh, with the glasses. You think I'm kidding, Norma? I'm going to put those glasses on. Don't you think I'm kidding? Yeah, I want you to see me up there singing to you so you get better. All right, let's count the pigs down. This little guy is, 5 inches tall, I suppose, maybe 6. And they're so 50s and so cute. We'll count them down. 10. I think we have a bid. The bank I work for gave, that went away too fast. Do we have bids?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You're up to $45.
So, 2 pigs, piggy pig, 10. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but I love ham. Should I thank you for that? That was very nice, was it? Well, anyway, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the piggy pigs. Now, what am I going to do with you? Get over here and behave yourselves, or you'll be pork chops tomorrow night. Okay. Now, where's my And then that dresser box is next. Those look like glasses worn by Brett Summers on Match Game. I've forgotten about with Charles
Flashback.
Nelson Riley sitting next to her.
We
and
could
Fanny
always.
Flag.
I just finished doing a show, and we can always tell the average age of the audience because in the first opening joke, they were talking about Ruth Buzzy,
Yeah.
and the people that recognized Ruth Buzzy would laugh immediately. If it was a younger crowd, it would just be crickets. No one had any idea who we're talking about.
Is this the person to whom I'm speaking? All right, $56, I think, to Lumpy Dumpy Dum. Is it Susan Lumpy at 56?
56, yes. Susan Lumpy.
Where are you, Susan? All right.
And Karen concurs.
All right, Susan Lumpy. I'm glad you're not the manufacturer of my mattress. Did that go over your heads?
Oh no, I knew what you were doing.
All right. Next up, I've got. Well, darn it, got to be a good sport. Oh, Dawn. Well, you are a good sport. I'll find you another one, Dawn. She was wonderful as Ernestine, and so now we have a 1930s dresser box, which can be for jewelry or whatever goes on. These were typically for the bedroom and for the dresser. And it's from the 30s. And this one is going to start at $20. Wonderful condition. Look at the sides. Now it's wooden, felt on the bottom, wooden all the way around with gold paint. And you can take these glass and you can change these. This is just, Godey's, Godfrey, Americanized Paris Fashions, 1847. This isn't from 1847. It's from the 30s. I love how deco, look at the deco trim here on the wood.
Nice.
So, and a, mid-Victorian fashion print. So open it up. You have glass on the inside bottom and two compartments and a mirror. And now you can see my mantle clock, which has stopped, and I stopped it on purpose so that it wouldn't be too loud. But the mirror is in very good condition. So you can look at your face while you put on your lipstick or your cufflinks or what have you. And these were very well known in the 30s as a dresser dresser box. And so we have Carrie at 25, I think.
Christina's at 26.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Yes, I do see. Mm-hmm. All right. The dresser box, now we count that down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. On the dresser box in wonderful condition. At one time, I had 30 of those prints. Oh, wonderful, Karen. What'd you do with them? So the dresser box is on its way to Christina at 40.
Yep.
Thank you, Christina. And we take it back. Christina, thank you. Thank you, everyone else who placed bids. And we'll go back to Patrick now.
So I see your box and I raise you my own box.
Ooh.
When I started the sale tonight, I wasn't sure I was going to include this because it's rather large. It's a little heavy. It's going to be bigger to ship. But as I said in the preview when I showed it, what I really like about being able to sell here in the live sales is when it contains other items that I don't want to separate. I like to be able to do it all at one. If I put this in my booth, all of this stuff would either disappear or would be just strewn all over the place. So this is a $30 start, and it is a hinged box that has the extended hinge to keep it from bending back. So that's why the hinges are in great shape, because there's a way to keep this from snapping back and snapping the hinges. And this box came from an estate sale in the northwest side of Chicago, really an expensive little exclusive enclave in Sauganash, if you know Chicago. And this was the lady of the house. This was her sewing box. So I'm including the sewing stuff that was included. And Lori must have seen the preview because she's off and running. She wants it. So you get all there's a towel that has the little cross stitch piece on the bottom, Aida cloths. These are not going to be particularly old, but there's some age to them simply because these Aida cloths were sold for $2. I can tell you they're not that anymore. You get a little repair kit, a little vintage repair kit. You get the old Jet Age needle book, which does have, it is not cedar. Thank you for asking, Randy. I am not as knowledgeable in my woods as Scott is. I'm still trying to learn. It has a fairly tight grain. It is not pine. I think it is oak because it looks like my old piano, which was tiger oak. So I believe this is oak, but it is not a cedar chest. And then you also have in here all kinds of embroidery threads. What is this? Bias tapes. Again, a zipper in a little like aqua color. Again, it's everything that this woman had as her own sewing box. You get a little thing of fasteners. It's a little treasure trove of everything that she had. You even get the receipt from Joanne Fabrics. It's a little bit of everything, but that's basically the freebie stuff that I just wanted to make sure it stayed with a home. To me, it's all about the box. The box is absolutely fantastic. There's a little nick in the corner, in the back that you could darken that up if you want. That's a fresh mark that's more recent. The lid is nailed into the top, so there are no dovetails or anything like that. There's some screws that are holding it together. But the box, it's just a great size. And if you dig through, trying to open it up, you can see it's a segmented bottom. So there are 4 compartments or 4 areas in the bottom to divide, whatever you're going to use. It's not lined. There's no fabric lining or anything. So I don't think this was ever a jewelry box or anything for, special pretties. The compartments themselves, I think, are too small to have ever been a toolbox. So it's a utility box. I don't think it's a tea caddy. It wouldn't be airtight, but it does have a latch on the front. But just the way it's made, it wouldn't be a caddy. So it's just a lovely, lovely box. So I do see a bid that came in, and I'm just going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. I'm going to put all the vintage stuff back in there so it doesn't get separated. There's even a weird basket weave or even weave computational chart. I don't know what this is. I don't think it has anything to do with sewing, but I thought it was kind of fun. So you get that too. All right, so they got the stop. I think it was Lori Perry for $30. Thanks, Lori. So that was my unbreakable part. And then my breakable item is, I just thought this was really cool. I did a little bit, tried to do as much digging as I could to figure out exactly what this once held. It is a $20 start. And what this is it has a cork stopper. So we've got the Corky Pigs nose, but this time it's blocking an alcohol bottle. And it's got the stretcher into the bottom to hold the cork onto the top. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it. If it's going to, you can see there is printing or engraving into the coin, and it says Gustav Adolf Sverigés Konung, which translates to Gustav Adolf, King of Sweden. So this once held either a schnapps or some sort of alcohol that was a Swedish alcohol. It is in pristine condition. There are no chips. There are no cracks. It is etched with this absolutely lovely motif so it's a little bit thinner on the sides. So you get this motif on the thin sides. It almost looks like, I was going to say like a haystack in the middle, but no, I mean, but they're leaves. So you got a botanical style on the sides.
Pretty.
And then this is the wider, so the front and the back have kind of that similar. It still has that leaf motif that goes in the middle, but then you can see there's all that scroll work on either side because this pattern has a little bit more space. This was to hold a drinkable liquid. This still needs to hold a drinkable liquid. It doesn't need to be alcohol. This could be your water bottle on your dinner table. This is, I hate the term so unique, but this is something that you're not going to see every day. It is an absolutely beautiful piece. This could be on your nightstand for your water, water tumbler, whatever you want, in your guest room for guests to have their water. I loved this bottle, and it took me a lot to just not keep it. So I am letting it go. I do see a bid on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and start counting it down. And again, you just, get a little Swedish lesson at the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And I'm sorry, Brandy, it's clear. I didn't see the question. It's clear. It's if anything, it's a little smoky, but it's not amber. There you can see it pretty well.
Joshua, do you have a red beard?
This is clear up against next to it. So you can see it's maybe a little bit of a smoke to it. All right. Pennsylvania. Looks like Pennsylvania Buzzard picks up the Swedish alcohol bottle for $22. Excellent. Glad you're giving it a good home. And back to you, Scott.
You do. I'm just because I can see on the TV screen the little circle of your picture. The only other person I've ever known, there are only two other people I've known with a red beard. One was on the Bugs Bunny cartoons when it was the two country people fighting against each other. And the other one was a music professor that I had 40 years ago. Well, not 40 years ago, but close to that. Yeah, 40 years ago. Anyway, it looks cool. I've got, sorry, that's how my mind works. I don't know, $100 start. Well, when I said I don't know, I don't mean that I don't know why I'm asking $100 for the start. I didn't put this in the preview, and I don't know if we've got Pyrex folks here tonight, but we've got the Pyrex Complete 9 cup. 9 cup. Chip-free, crack-free, ready to go, and it's all there. So we're just going to see if there's any interest in it tonight. I'll take it apart one piece at a time, but if you know, you know. So $100 start on the Pyrex 9 cup percolator. Lid. And very carefully, I shall pull out all of the innards because they simply don't. I'm not going to say it's hard to find them with the innards, but with all of these pieces, something always seems to be missing or broken. The stem, the basket for the coffee. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because if someone is interested in it, you already know about these. The 9-cup Pyrex percolator. I considered putting it in my eBay store, but I said, I'll start here tonight. And if there is no interest in it tonight and you're thinking about it tomorrow morning or the next day, it will eventually then wind up in the eBay store. But I wanted to try it here tonight first. So $100 start on that. I wonder what the fish meaning. Oh, so that's that. And then the other piece I'm going to bring back, and that'll be the end for me, is the saxophone girl from the 50s. So any interest in the Pyrex 9-cup coffee percolator, complete, starting bid of 100.
That's gonna fly on eBay if that's where it ends up.
Well, it's hard to find one on eBay for less than 100.
Well, absolutely, and it's hard to find them complete.
Question above. You have to tell me what the question is, Karen. Do you see a question, Patrick?
I did not. Let me slip through it again.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah, I didn't see. I mean, I saw a couple just funny things, but nothing about, because I don't know what the fish within the design. I don't know what that meant because I don't know what design we were talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. So no interest on the.
Oh, it must have been Christy's question.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I don't see a question from Christy.
Does it perk to top? I don't know how to answer the question. Does it perk to top? What I'll tell you this is, it percolates to the basket level. That's where the 9 cups are. So this is, you see the number 9 right there? It stops here. It percolates up through the basket. That's the best way I can answer that. It's a 9-cup percolator. See that there's the 9 right there. So where this silver band is, it percolates up through the stem, drips down into the basket. But the coffee is not going to go above this silver band right here. Yes, it percolates to the top, but then it falls back in. You don't have hot coffee up above the basket level. It's going to stop right there. That's where the 9 cups are. Yeah. So it goes up to the top through the stem. The water falls into this filter, filters the coffee, drops down in, but you're only going to get coffee up to here, which is 9 cups. Because you wouldn't have coffee sitting in the ground. Okay, so we'll put this away. We'll put this stop on that because that was $100. If a bid comes in, we'll know that it's for that. Then the last thing is the $20 on the dancing girl. The what do you call it? Well, there we go. Okay,
there you go. Sam knows what it is.
I know, but Sam, I think I already sold one of these to you. You want another one? Or you want another one? That's okay, Sam, and I got your email, so I appreciate that. We will count it down because Sam got in before we put our stop on that. The 9-cup Pyrex complete percolator. I don't know if they made them bigger than this. They might. I just don't know.
Anything bigger than that would be hard to carry.
You're not kidding. And
even that would be heavy as heck.
It's heavy right now.
Yeah, empty.
All right, we'll count it down because we have the $100 bid on it with Sam. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. And to answer the question that you asked Sam in your email, I will definitely combine whatever I can as safely as possible to get it shipped to you, because I know you're on the other coast. And I try to ship as safely as I can because I want it to get to you without being broken. So if I can combine anything I can combine, I will. But the stop is in, and that's going to go to Sam, and I appreciate it. Then the last thing is a $20 start on our Dancing Girl. But I want to give Patrick a chance. So Sam, thank you. I think you were it. There you go, Sam. Great.
So Karen's got your start in there for the saxophone girl.
Yeah, the saxophone girl, the Bobby girl from the 50s, Bobby Soxing girl from the 50s.
Yeah, no microplastics on that.
No,
on that Pyrex.
On that. And she has got her gilded. The red is. We've talked about this earlier. So
there you go, $20.
Alrighty. So we'll count this down. No, and I'm so glad, Sam. I'm glad you got it. I did go on the internet auctions to see. People bid these things up to 180. I am thrilled to just go ahead and absolutely sell it. Delighted, and I'm glad you got it. The dancing, what do you call it? Saxophone girl, Bobby Soxing girl. We'll go ahead and count her down. She's at 20. No chips, no cracks, no repairs. I'm happy to say she was never decapitated. She just has lost the paint from her skirt. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the 1950s Dancing Girl with her saxophone. And we'll see who our winner is. And Patrick, if there's something that you want to wrap the show up with, we are at 10:01.
Yeah, I was gonna say we filled the time, so I don't want to take up more of your sandbox. We'll stop there. I sold everything I had, unless somebody that's here saw my preview. I do a couple other things that I didn't get to simply because I knew we wouldn't get through them. But I will stop and hold on to them for a future sale.
I heart old things at 20, and I think you might be new to me. I heart old things. Thank you. So I'll need you to go ahead and send me an email. There's my address right there. And I'll need your full name, your mailing address. Tell me if you have a PayPal account or not. And if you don't, that's not a problem, but you got to tell me so that I can bill you as a guest. Or give me the email address that you used when you created your PayPal account. That's the only way I can get an invoice to you through your account. So I thank you. I heart old things. Let me just write, and you say will do. Yay! Patrick, talk for a minute while I write that down.
You bet. Well, appreciate everyone joining tonight. We had some really good chat. Hopefully everyone learned a little bit. I saw a couple comments saying, oh, they love watching us because they learn things. And I will always say, and God always is, false modesty, or not even false modesty, just modest. It's what I started watching Scott before I ever sold, because I could learn stuff from him. So I want to live up to that. Hey, I sell. Yes, I enjoy the extra spending money, but it's more important for this stuff to go to a good home and everyone to learn things along the way, because that's education. Knowledge is power. And this is always a fun night. And I've learned stuff tonight from Scott.
Well, thank you, Patrick. And I stand on the shoulders of the old folks who took me under their wings when I was 15, 16, 17. That includes my mother and father and my great uncle and grandmother. But all those folks, when I got into my first antique store as a youngster right out of college, Mr. and Mrs. Casper, Mr. and Mrs. Northam, Mr. and Mrs. Myers, I just remember these folks 40 years ago who were lifetime collectors and taught me so much. The antique and collectible world are wonderful people, and they love to talk about the things that they love, and that's how I learned. And I learned from you tonight, Patrick, and also from the audience, and I thank you all.
And Karen, I do see your comment. We're well past time, so I'm not going to bother showing them. But if anybody had seen something in my preview and you're interested, just drop me a note and we could probably just work something on our own. I'm not over worried about making top money. But yeah, you had a question about your metal segments on your bridge lamp.
I am thrilled to tell you that they are all drat. Whose glass? That's uranium in it. Whose, H-O-U, the German in Pennsylvania. You can't see it, but right there, that. He's asking me about that there. And it goes all the way to the floor. If that table weren't there, you could see that it's the custard and the green slag glass, which glows beautifully under blacklight.
Oh, fantastic.
Since you asked, you probably won't be able to see. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you can. You can still see it.
Yeah, all the way to the floor it goes.
That's awesome.
Ouch. Okay. Listen, we couldn't do it without Karen Williams, who is the fantastic moderator. Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Unsung hero. Patrick, it's always a joy to spend the first Monday night of each month with you. And
I
thank
appreciate
you
your host
for being here. Happy birthday, America, 250 years. Happy 4th of July. And we'll see you next time. Patrick, what else you got?
Nothing. I will try. I will be hoping to continue to put stuff out on my social media. I have been reactive on my eBay, so some stuff will go on my eBay store. So if you follow me on Trusty Huckster Mercantile, you can find me on Instagram as well as my YouTube channel and Facebook. But in general, nothing special going on because I will start doing. I'll probably put some fun stuff up. Scott and I talked. My new script is a 1930s comedy. And there's tons of references in here that even I don't know. And so it's one of these like, oh, okay, how do our audience is going to know all these 1930s jokes. But hey, I love doing theater and looking forward to doing that as well. So.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, which is coming up in a few days from now. I appreciate that. And something escapes me. It just escaped me, so I'll say.
When will you have your invoices out?
Sometime tomorrow during the day. Thank you for saying that. If you don't hear from me by dinner time, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, then email me because that means either I'm in and out or I just lost you and can't figure out what to do. We will sign out by having everyone, and I love to do this, tell us, you don't have to write the word good night, but you can if you want. Tell us what city, county, town, and state you're from or country that you're from, and put that in so we can say good night all over the country and all over the world. And so good night from beautiful southern New Jersey.
And good night from Chicago, at least the suburbs.
Well, there's Virginia.
Texas. Another New Jersey. Bergen County.
Pittsburgh.
Conway, South Carolina. Pope County. Russellville, Arkansas.
Scranton. Love you, Scranton.
Wisconsin. Kenosha.
Wow, Kenosha.
Florida. Another Bergen County, New Jersey.
Palatka, Josh. Polk County, Iowa.
Maine.
Hartford, I know it well.
Indiana. Pittsburgh.
South Central PA, okay. Murrells Inlet. So you're on the coast? Murrells Inlet? Oh, not Arkansas, Arizona. Okay.
So Southeast PA. So South Central PA. My daughter went to Dickinson in Carlisle, PA. That would be South Central.
What are you doing in Hawaii, Miss Jackie? Did you run into Queen Liliuokalani?
I think that's where I Heard Old Things is from, Hawaii as well, if I remember correctly.
Ah, am I shipping to Hawaii?
Southern California, Binghamton, New York.
Binghamton, you've got the best Art Deco bus station I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. I Heard Old Things. She's from Hawaii. I remember that. Canada. Got our
We love you,
international
Canada.
contingent. Willie Boy from British Columbia.
Oh, Buffalo, you get a break from the snow, right?
Willie Boy's night's just starting. So's I Heard Old Things and Miss Jackie. You still got the night ahead of you.
Well, that's fun. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for everybody. Bye.